And now for our next news special report.
Buckle up, America. Tonight we're exposing a web of deception that will make your head spin. Kamala Harris' latest claims about Trump, well, they're not just wrong, they are dangerous. But that is just a start. We've got explosive footage of Biden's team in full panic mode, and wait until you see Chuck Schumer's Broken Record Act, plus Janet Yellen's desperate defense of Biden's competence. You won't believe your eyes. So stay tuned for my final thought. It's a wake-up call you cannot afford to miss. Now, folks, before we dive into this political circus, let's talk about another kind of circus, the one happening with your AC bills. Just like Kamala Harris is claiming, these bills are getting more outrageous by the day. But unlike the political spin, we've got a real solution. This magical device is like having Trump's America First policy for your home cooling. It's a mini AC unit that makes any room icy cold in minutes, slashing your bills faster than Schumer can say, "I'm with Joe." Don't let the power companies play you for a fool. Visit EasySummerCool.com now for up to 60% off and beat the heat without breaking the bank. Now let's get down to business. The political theater we're witnessing would make our founding fathers roll in their graves. As Benjamin Franklin once said, half a truth is often a great lie. And folks, we are drowning in half-truths. Let's start with Kamala Harris, who apparently has forgotten the meaning of truth altogether. In a recent speech, she made an outrageous claim that President Trump would sign a national abortion ban. Watch.
So make no mistake, if Trump gets the chance, he will sign a national abortion ban to outlaw abortion in every single state.
This despite Trump's repeated statements to the contrary. It's a blatant attempt to mislead the public. As George Washington warned, guard against the imposters of pretended patriotism. But wait, there's more. Trump's actual words paint a very different picture. Watch.
If you look at what we've done with Roe v. Wade, we did something that everyone said couldn't be done, and we got it done. And I give great credit to the Supreme Court and the justices for having the courage to do it. What they did is very simply give it back to the state. And I'll tell you, the Democrats are the radicals on this because they're willing to have abortions in the 7th, 8th, 9th month.
He's clearly stating the issue should be left to the states, not federally mandated. This is the kind of federalism that our founders envisioned. But Kamala is not done yet. She's now accusing President Trump of threatening to weaponize the Department of Justice against his political rivals. Watch.
That he will weaponize the Department of Justice against his political enemies. Round up peaceful protesters and throw them out of our country. And even, quote, terminate the United States Constitution.
The irony here is thicker than molasses. Isn't it the current administration that's been using the DOJ as their personal attack dog? As Thomas Jefferson said, the two enemies of the people are criminals and government, so let us tie the second down with the chains of the Constitution. And speaking of the Constitution, Kamala claims that there's no doubt who you can count on to fight for you. Watch.
And in this election, there can be no doubt who you can count on to fight for you when it counts.
But let's be clear. Can we count on a president who can barely string a sentence together? This brings us to the elephant in the room, Biden's cognitive decline. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen is trying to convince us that Biden is extremely effective. Watch.
As a cabinet secretary, have you noticed any mental or cognitive decline in any of these meetings?
The president is extremely effective in the meetings that I've been in with him. That includes many international meetings that are multi-hour, like his meetings with President Xi. I've met with him, with other leaders who are in.
So are you testifying that you have not seen any mental or cognitive decline?
Mr. Chairman, point of inquiry. She's not a physician.
Yellen's fumbling defense is about as convincing as a $3 bill. The founders warned us about the dangers of ineffective executives. Alexander Hamilton wrote in Federalist number 70 that energy in the executive is a leading character in the definition of good government. And what about the Democratic leadership? Well, Chuck Schumer's response to questions about Biden's mental state is like a broken record. Watch.
Are you confident that President Biden has what it takes to win in November and serve the next 4 years?
As I've said before, I'm with Joe.
Senator
Yes.
Schumer. Do you expect, based on the differences of opinion in the Democratic Party about the president, his ability to serve for 4 years, that there might be a challenge or convention? And if there is there the ability to throw out the virtual nomination?
As I've said before, I'm with Joe.
Senator Murray, who just left, made a statement last night saying that she believes that Biden needs to do more to demonstrate that he's strong enough to defeat Donald Trump, articulate a vision, and must seriously consider the best way to preserve his legacy. Do you agree with her sentiment?
As I've said before, I'm with Joe.
I'm with Joe. He repeats it as if he's saying it enough times it'll make it true. This robotic response raises more red flags than a May Day parade in Moscow. The American people deserve better than this circus of deception and incompetence. We need leaders who embody the principles our founding fathers fought for: honesty, integrity, and a commitment to the republic. As we navigate these turbulent waters, let's remember the words of James Madison: knowledge will forever govern ignorance, and a people who mean to be their own governors must arm themselves with the power which knowledge gives. If you got value from this report, tap subscribe. My final thought is next. Folks, we're seeing a masterclass in half-truths and cover-ups. From Kamala's misleading claims to the desperate attempts to hide Biden's decline, it's clear the current administration is more concerned with power than truth. Our founders built this republic on transparency and accountability. We, the people, must demand better. It's time to cut through the fog of political spin and reclaim our right to honest leadership. The future of our republic depends on it.
Congratulations, you made it to the end of the video. Now keep up your quest for truth with this next news report. And if you found our channel enlightening, join the millions who agree with you. Tap subscribe. Thank you for watching the Next News Network.